Hey guys, I'm back. This is Eric Anderson with Poker House Live, and we have a very special edition of 5510 PLO Wednesday afternoon. We've got a big game coming in tomorrow, Thursday, which we normally run our PLO stream, but we've got a 5510 Hold'em with some special guests coming in tomorrow. So the PLO players, we said we're gonna not play PLO one week, and they said, how about if we play Wednesday? I went, ooh, I can't play Wednesday. It's Katie's game. It's huge, and we need every table available. We can't stream. They said, how about if we come in at noon, 1 o'clock? I said, oh, we could do that. We could do that. So they came in at 1 o'clock, and that's what we're doing right now. Now, we've been streaming for about a half an hour, and something happened with YouTube and the stream where it wasn't working. So I think I've got it all figured out now in the GFX software. We'll know in about 3 minutes if the cards show up. So I'm glad Frank found me again. Who else is in the chat? I'm going to pop it up here so I can hear. Make sure everything's working good. We got 5 viewers that found us. Thank you so much for that. All right, perfect. Sounds great to me. I'm going to jump into that CloudBot, and let me give you just a few minutes, and then I'll jump into CloudBot and give you guys some points for finding us again. Let's talk about Katie's game tonight. That's the best game in Dallas, weekday tournament. $100 buy-in, $12K guarantee. We've routinely hit 25,000 for the last 3, 4, 5 weeks in a row. We're getting over 300 players every Wednesday night. 20K starting stack, 20-minute levels, and it starts at 6 o'clock. I would get here early to avoid the lines. We've already got people coming in and registering, so they don't have to sit in line when 300 people show up at the same time. Registration open through the break after level 6, which is 8:15 p.m. It is a great tournament. We do stream the final table, but that's at midnight, 12:30. We finally get to a final table, and then we stream that. So that's happening tonight. We've got just a few minutes left. I'm going to pop up this live stream. About 90 seconds left before we can make sure that the GFX software is working properly. It all looks good on my end. It's just whether or not it comes over the commentary correctly. So give it just a minute. And while we're waiting for that, let's talk about industry appreciation. If you are not from Texas, you're used to paying a rake on every hand that you win at a standard casino, which is standard all over the world. In Texas, we do not rake the pot. We have a membership program. So you have to be a member to join this club, to play in this club. And we charge by the hour. It's $13 an hour, and you can buy in bulk. You can go 5 hours for $55, brings it down to $11 an hour. Or you can buy $200, will get you 20 hours, gets it down to $10 an hour. But industry appreciation, if you work at a card room locally or at a casino abroad, if you work at the Venetian in Vegas and you want to come to Dallas and play, stop in, show me your employee card, and we'll get you half price hours. So you'll pay $6.50 an hour, which is basically the rake for one hand at any other casino in the country. So that's a great deal. And the other great deal we have is we do charge a membership. It's $10 a day or $30 a month. And if you are a first responder, police officer, firefighter, or veteran, you get absolutely free membership. So that's a great deal for you also. I'm going to pull up one more thing. Okay. For some reason, we are not getting any cards on the screen. I don't know if it has to do with the new skin that we're using or what's going on. I've restarted twice just in case that was the problem, but it is still not working. So let me go grab a different skin just to see. Now it's going to buffer a little bit because replacing the skin takes a lot of resources, but I'm just going to go grab our standard skin that we love to use, and I'm going to install that. So give it just a second to buffer on your end. Hopefully we'll, with the next hand, it will reset and everything will start working. I'm still here. Just wondering why. Bear with me for just a minute. All right, the overlays are working. Just not getting any cards at all. Oh, there they are now. There they are. All right, fixed it with the new skin. Got it, guys. So that was it. The old skin, or excuse me, the new skin was not working properly. I converted back to the original skin that we love, and after this hand I'm going to pop up stack sizes. We are playing 5-5-10 PLO here in Dallas, Texas, Poker House Live. We've got J Ma, Jose, and Joe in the hand right now. Jose raised it to 50 and takes it down. So let's look at these stack sizes real quick, and then I'm going to swap places with Eddie, the Asian sensation, and he will finish it off for me.
All right, looks like we're back in action. Been having some problems with that skin. Think we're gonna just have to scrap that skin going forward. All right, we're picking up hand 11 here for this special 5-5-10 PLO game, special edition Wednesday. Yeah, and as I knew that we were having some tech difficulties. Pull in the troops here to get that squared away. Again, got some new players in for today's 5-5-10 PLO stream. We got Fish in the 1 seat, JL returning. Burton in the 3 seat, making his live stream debut. J-Mon in the 4 seat. Jose Montes returning back. Got Joe Sebring in the 7 seat. Rick Alvarado in the 8 seat. And Gary in the 9 seat. We're going to go heads up to this flop. Ace of clubs, 6 of spades, 5 of hearts. Gary flopping bottom 2 pair. A little bit of a wrap hand. Backdoor hearts. Joe's going to peel 1 street here on a 10 of diamonds. Going to get bet slightly below pot on this 10 of diamonds on the turn. Joe's probably going to fold, not knowing he has a ton, knowing he doesn't have a ton of backdoor equity there for the river. Gary, they're going to pick up this nice little stack. Let's take a look at chip stacks. Again, this is a 5-5-10 match stack. Initial minimum buy-in 1K, initial maximum buy-in 2K. All right, here are stacks. Jose in the 5 seat, 3,300. JL in the 2 seat, about 3K. Some of these players topping off, adding on. Joe here with about 2K. Rick, 2,800, less said. Got a new player, GG, going to be coming in. Supposed to be Aaron in that 6 seat. For some reason, was unable to show up. GG taking his spot, going to be buying in for 1,000. Is going to be dealt into this hand.
Raise 45.
Gonna get a raise here from Rick in the hijack. Pocket queens, jack 8. A little bit of wrap hand. Two hearts in his hand as well. Gonna get call from three players. Gonna be going to this flop. About $100.50 going to the flop here. Flop of all spades. No player with spades in their hand. Jail with pocket aces, but 3 diamonds. Opting not to re-raise. Turns top set, though. Bringing in king, queen. Going to lead out on this flop. 75 into a pot of 150. About half pot. Going to get Rick to fold his pocket queen. Jail taking that pot down here. Jail going to show the aces. Again, Little Brian in the box, starting this stream off this Wednesday special edition 5-5-10 PLO. Going to be rotating out with Benny. Got Eric Anderson running action tracker. Eddie the Asian Sensation in the booth, flying solo for the stream. Again, this is a 1 to 5 p.m. Had some tech issues. Again, I think that's skin related. It's a 3-blind game. Going to see a lot of limp pots. Going to see multi-way action to the flop and let players evaluate their hands, make a decision going forward. And like most hands pre-flop, it looks like we're going to be going multi-way. It does fold around. All right, a bunch of calls back to Jose in the 3rd blind with aces. Going to make it 60. Still going to get 6 players to this flop here. Pair of 7s on the board, 10 of diamonds. No one with a 7 in their hand. Jose here, 7's full of aces, going to bet 125 on this turn after the third 7 comes up. No one again with a 7 for quads. J-Ma here with a small boat himself, 7's full of 9s. Oh, and J-Ma gets there on the river, 9's full of 7s. Gonna bet 125 for a little bit of value on the river. Gonna get a snap call from Jose. J-Ma taking down this pot. Hope everybody's doing well this Wednesday afternoon. Again, sorry for all these technical difficulties. Getting some new players here for this stream. We're going to go Rick here. +1, going to make it 40 with pocket kings. Single suited to the king of spades. Gary here with ace jack 3-3. Probably going to make the call. Elects to make the call. Burden on the button. Ace king jack 6, 3 hearts. Rodaway rep with a 6 of hearts as his dangler. Gonna go 6 ways, it looks like, to this flop on an 8 queen 9 board. No player with jack 10. GG was the best hand. Flopping open, another 7-6. A wrap hand of his own here. Gonna bet 200, nearly pot on this 2 of spades. Doesn't change too much on this other than bringing backdoor spades. Gary probably gonna peel. Drawing to the nut flush draw. Burton probably going to fold. Going to go heads up to this river. 7 of clubs. GG here with a straight, but a bottom end of the straight. No one with jack 10. He does have 10. 10-6. Gary here with nothing. Going to just probably tank fold. GG here sitting down, picking up a nice little pot here, adding to the stock. Short bought in for this stream, bought in for 1,000. That is the minimum buy. You're going to see a lot of these players matching the stack or getting as close to stack as possible. 24 viewers in the chat. Thanks for tuning in for this special midday PLO session.
So if he double shuttled, you can triple shuttle, quadruple shuttle.
Fee pip percentages.
Gary could straddle, I guess 40. I guess I could go 80.
Fish here, 3 10s in his hand. Probably not going to make the call. Got the straddle on. I believe this is the first straddle of the day. Gary first to act, +1. Gonna lay it down. Fish looks to lay it down. Bird with all diamonds gonna lay it down.
Raise. 75.
J-Ma on the button in position, gonna make it 75 with ace, queen, 9, 5, 3 spades in his hand.
320.
Gonna get some calls and get a 3 bet from Joe Sebring out of the third blind with ace, king, 9, deuce, 3 clubs in his hand.
at 395. 395. It's on J-Mo. Yeah, it's 75. My apologies.
Gonna go 3 ways to this flop. Oh, we're gonna go heads up to this flop. After a 3-bet from Joe, out of the third blind, Jose coming back to him. Gonna call out of the small one, King, Queen, 6-3. 8-7-3 board. Doesn't do much for Joe. King of clubs on the turn. Brings in a club draw for Joe, but he does have 3 clicks. It's going to be tough for him to get a club. Jose here with top and bottom pair. Going to go all in here on this turn. King of spades on the river. Jose going to take this pot down. King is full of 3s. Joe with trip kings, ace kicker. Nice little run out there for Jose. Going to pick up a nice little big pot there. Now going to push him up to nearly 5K. Joe's probably going to reload and buy in for at least 2K.
I don't either. I don't know how many times I played PLO with the flat 75, flat 4 on it. King, queen, 6-3. Yeah. Forgot. You're first to go.
How much are you behind, Joe? 2,000 behind. No, we can argue that. At least 3.
I'll play tag for the rest of the session.
Jose joking that he's going to lock it up. Jose's definitely not the player to lock it up.
Now let's see your range.
20 to go.
Add on, baby.
Gigi, let me get a smile real quick.
Crush Gary.
The straddle looks like it's on.
Gary action. Crush Gary.
Probably see a ton of folds.
Rick makes it 100.
Rick here with King, Jack, 9-8, double suited with a wrap in his hand. Gonna make it 100. Everybody's gonna call. We're gonna go 7 ways to this flop. Texas heads up style here. Again, like to see a lot of multi-way flops in PLO. A lot of players are gonna kind of limp call, bet call. Gonna see probably 80% of these flops going 3 players or more. 10-10-8 board. Both Gary and Burton with a 10 in their hand. Burton also with a redraw.
Greg, you couldn't get me mad this night. You could say you could be mad. I would always
All right, going to be a C bet here from Rick. Going to get an all in from Gary.
took a lot of years to be this
Probably Burton also going to get his chips in as well. Gonna rip it for 1120.
Yep. 3 calls. 11-20. Yep.
Look for this hand to go heads up between both Gary and Burton. Rick's out of this hand now that the board's paired. Gary gonna need a queen, 7 or 5. Burton has him covered with the clubs, so clubs aren't gonna be help for Gary. 3K pot, hand 17. 5 of spades. Jack of clubs on the river. Gary here turning 10s full of 5s. Nice little pot there for Gary. Gonna push him over 3K.
Speculative
Japan's winning all the money in the last
No
year.
judgments. No judgments.
No judgment.
Will be no judgments today.
Interesting repot there. Or interesting rip there by Gary in the 9th seat. Although he did have trips, didn't have great cards to back up the trips. Now he did have a redraw to the flush, but it's a 7 high flush. And again, on the pair board, you got to be really careful with how you proceed, especially when your other cards, you know, aren't Broadway type cards. He did have a queen, but Burton there having all the Broadway cards covered with the ace and king of clubs as well.
If a 5 didn't come on the turn, you would be buying chips.
That's why I asked him if he had a full house. That way they won't use the same deck for 4 hours.
Sounds good.
Again, gonna have a deck change here.
That question was, I'm full. Are you full? He got all excited having ace 10. He has ace 10.
He's got the best non-full house. Yeah, he got no flush. No flush.
I can't do anything right.
I went one hand in 3 days. I get a boost.
Not by 1, not by 2.
What about the whole paper?
Not me, Gary.
I know, nice hand. That's right. Nice hand. I learned that from you.
Hand 17, about an hour into the stream. Again, with PLO, you're going to get less hands out. A, more cards. B, more multi-way flops. As opposed to hold'em, yeah, you'll get from occasion 4 or 5 players to the flop, but not as often as PLO. So, but I think the decisions are a lot easier to make in PLO post flop than they are with hold'em. So, straddle not on this hand again. 3 blind game, 5-5-10. Fish under the gun, king 9, 8, 7. Gonna make it 40. 3 bet from Jose in the cutoff. King, queen 10 of 5. Single suited diamonds to the king of diamonds. 4 ways to this flop with about 5-15 in it. Queen 7-4, 2 spades. GG flopping the nut flush draw, but also flopping top and bottom pair. Has a decent portion of the line's equity on this flop. Look from the bet here.
I'm sorry, it's 540 actually.
No, 540.
The blinds.
So brew the hot tea and make it cold. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah. 515.
They're gonna make it 5-15 and pot it on the button.
515. You said pot, right? Yeah. 515. 515.
Pretty much committing a stack here on the flop and turn on this flop. Gonna get folds, gonna pick it up and push the stack over 1600, nearly almost doubling his original buy-in of 1K.
Yeah, just under it. So it doesn't roll backwards. Any 2 is fine. Beautiful. Thank you.
Wow. That's pretty ingenious.
Nice little start for GG here. Let's take a cumulative winnings really quickly. Gary so far in the 90, the big winner, up about 2K. Jail up nearly 1,000. Rick down about 500. J-Ma down about 700. Burton in a 3 seat, going to be reloading down about 1,300. And Joe, after losing that all in earlier, down about 2,300.
I need your cards, John. Okay. 5 raised to 50. 6 call. 7 call. 8 call.
Again, multi-way to this flop. Gary in the big blind. He's going to call. A lot of these players priced in to try to see a flop. It'll be tough for a queen to come out with 3 queens out between Gary and JL. 5-5 deuce board. No one with a 5 in their hand.
5 check. 6 check. Everyone check. Everyone check.
Gary currently with the best hand with pocket queens. J-Mo with the mystery cards. Ace of spades.
8 check. 9 check. 2 check. 4 check. 5 check. 6 check. 7 check.
Gonna check all the way around on this turn. Gonna see a river. 4 of spades.
8 check. 9 check. 2 bet 100.
Full house here for JL. Gonna bet 100. About 360 for a little bit of value.
6 fold. 7 fold. Pocket full.
Gets there on the river. Gonna get everybody the fold after he bets 100 or 360. Now, what? Jose here, plus 2, going to make it 30. 3 bet by Joe in the cutoff. Pocket kings 10-4, single suited to the king of hearts. One of the few pots where we're going to be going heads up to the flop. 2 diamonds king. Jose flopping the nut flush draw. Joe flopping top set for Joe to raise. Yep, going to make it 520. Wouldn't be surprised if Jose peels a 1 street here. About 900 the pot. Pretty much Joe committing his stack here unless the board pairs.
1560.
Joe taking down this pot.
Was registered as a 5 of clubs, so the computer thinks that was a 5 of clubs. So I just have to re-register the deck. Won't be long, guys.
Benny pushing in the box now. Rotating with Brian Kelly. And Eric running action tracker. Eddie the Asian sensation in the booth. Flying solo for this fun Wednesday special 5-5-10 PLO. J-Ma under the gun.
Yep. I was one of everybody's.
GG here, pocket queens. Just gonna call. Oh, Joe in the hijack gonna raise. Probably gonna. Yeah, gonna go pot. Gonna make it 50. Gary on the button with 10-9-8-8 here. Gonna call. Looks like we're going to 5 ways to this flop. 5-7 deuce board. JL here with the only player with high spades. Queen of spades, 4 of spades. Joe with aces, but also having spade draw as well. Probably going to peel this flop.
530. 530.
Burton here leading out of this flop. Low cardboard.
No, it's not. It's 630. Sorry, guys, 630. I knew it was 30, but we get there. We get there.
655. 630.
He's not listening anymore.
All right, guys.
Two players getting it all in on the. Joe here going to win this hand with a 9 high flush. All right, Burton going to be topping off to 1K here. Straddles on from the 5-seat Jose. GG first sack gonna fold.
Hold on, it's time, right? We're good. All right, out of the box and back in. Everybody, cards out of the box and back in. Actions on 9.
Joe gonna make it 6 here. The ace, jack, 8-5 double suited.
Joe made it 60.
Joe's gonna make it 60 here, plus 2. You get a call from Gary in the cutoff. Fisher on the button, probably gonna 3-bet here.
Should be 280 over there.
Fisher gonna pot it. letting Action Tracker get caught up here.
180 and 80 and 40. 260 and 40.
He had 80 up, right?
No, he didn't have 80 out. He had 60. 60 was the bet. 60, 60. 60 times 3 is 180. 260, 300. 300, right? What is it?
It's 180. I'm sure. It's not 180. 60 times 3 equals 4. 240. I'm sure it's 280.
That's 280. I'm sure. And then JL folds, Burton folds, J-Rock folds.
Sorry, guys. My bad. I'll get control.
Joe calls, Gary calls. Yeah, we're on Gary. Sorry. Yeah, I'm still. That's fine. I just had to read all the action.
You guys make me doubt my math. So I'm
Sorry, bud.
I don't know why I thought he had 80 in it.
All right, now the Action Tracker is caught up correctly. Pot's been calculated correctly. We're going to go 3 ways to this flop. I was letting them catch up to make sure things were correct. 880 in the pot going to this flop. Gary flopping the nut flush draw. Joe with the backdoor hearts. Fish with a pair of aces. Currently with the best hand. Gonna bet 500 into a pot of 880. About 60% of the pot, give or take. Gonna get a fold, probably a call by Gary to try and peel and see if he's gonna hit a club. He does have 3 clubs in his hand. Reducing some club combos that can hit turn river.
Is there a small print beat by straight flush? There though? Oh, they got paid. They took it back?
Well, no, they asked him to bring it back.
Oh, they can't. That's terrible. That's a terrible image. They should pay it.
And Gary here gonna just rip it for his whole stack. Draw into the nut flush.
Paid and we started. Like, nobody's even gonna, even somebody.
Backdoor Broadway cards. But Fish currently with the best hand, but doesn't have a lot of equity on turn river cards to improve his hand. He's gonna need pretty much an ace. But again, Gary has an ace in his hand, so it's gonna be really tough.
It was 8. I think it was 8.
There will be judgment here, Greg.
Yeah, I just think I gotta dodge a lot. Yeah, I'll go twice, bro.
2 times.
We run it twice. 9 of hearts on the turn. Brings in the backdoor hearts. King of clubs. Gary gets there on the first board. 4 of hearts. Gets there on both runouts. Nice little scoop there by Gary. Now pushing him up to 6K.
Dodge a lot less than you thought.
She actually a really, really good shape.
Yeah.
25 Yeah.
Gary last week or a couple of weeks ago had a tough PLO session. Lost about 5K a couple streams ago. Looking to get it back up about 5K or so for this specific stream.
So you added on 2,000?
Yeah, 3,000.
Oh, you need a full count. Okay.
Because it doesn't have an add-on button, it just says, what is it now? Since I didn't add on the last time we showed it.
I'll tell you.
Young Gary, old Gary.
A lot of the players on this specific table play a ton of PLO. There's not as much action as we normally see on normal instances. Again, this is a special Wednesday 5-5-10 PLO here at Poker House Dallas, Poker House Live. GG here going to call the third blind. Joe and Rick both fold. Gary in the hijack. Gonna raise and go pot here. Gonna make it 50 in the hijack. Ace Jack 6-4 double suited.
Yeah, raised to 175.
Fish here gonna 3-bet with just ace 8 4 3, 3 diamonds in his hand. JL on the button with suited, single suited Broadway rap cards, single suited to the king of spades. Gonna go 3 ways to this flop.
Yeah, he was just trying to pull the pot back. No, I know, but you were pulling this back.
He was taking a red shirt.
This isn't yours though. This is part of the pot. 5, 5, 10, 10. That's what
He only had 50 out to it.
yeah, yeah. So you just had to add this. You weren't pulling anything back. You had 2 green chips. That's all. Yeah.
Wow, Gary.
2 diamonds on this flop. Fish flopping the nut flush draw.
Yeah, but we would be like, that's normal. You know, it's where you
Nut flush draw as well as the steel wheel draw. JL gonna continue here looking for some backdoor equity. So a lot of cards on the turn that improve his equity position here. 6 of hearts. Rick's in a hand like 7, 8, 2, 3. Three of hearts. 2 pair here for fish. Bottom 2 pair. 4s and 3s with a 10 kicker. Gonna take down this pot. Little speculative 3-bet here, even though he was in position, but still was able to run out river 2 pair.
There's just so much judgment on this thing.
Again, thank you for tuning in this Wednesday afternoon, about 2:15, 2:20 Central Standard Time, for our Wednesday day special, 5-5-10 PLO. Full ring, got Fish in the 1 seat, JL in the 2 seat, Burton in the 3 seat, J-Ma in the 4 seat, Jose in the 5 seat, Gigi in the 6 seat, Joe in the 7 seat, Rick Alvarado in the 8 seat, Gary in the 9 seat. Gonna get a raise by Rick +1. Pocket aces, single suited to ace of diamonds. Joe here getting priced in with a 3rd blind. 7-7-4 board, paired board. Gary with a 7. See if he's going to bet here. When he does, what sizing is going to go. Going to bet 200 into 250. About 80% pot. And Rick here with just an overpair to the board. Overpair on a paired board. Going to lay it down. Gary running pretty well so far. Let's take a look at these VPIP percentages. Joe Sebring in the 7th seat, 90% of hands. GG 66% of hand, all the way down to Fish, playing the least amount of hands, playing 1 and 4 hands. Some players with some pre-flop aggression. Jose won the more aggressive, and Rick the more aggressive players pre-flop. Again, a lot of these players, JL, J-Mal, Gary, Burton, GG, kind of just limp calling pre-flop to see as many flops as they can, seeing if they can hit something on the flop or flopping some equity. Jose here flopping middle set. The best of it. Joe gonna make the fold. Gary's gonna make the fold. Doesn't have enough on this flop to continue, or relatively no backdoor equity. Jose picking up a teeny tiny pot here, about $100 on that pot. Let's take a look at these cumulative wins again. After we've ironed out Gary, the biggest winner so far, up about 5K. Some small winners in JLGG, Jose. The rest of the players down. Joe, Fish, and Burden down the most, respectively. About 1,600, 1,700, 1,800, respectively, between those three players. Again, Fish and Burton making their Poker House Poker Live stream debut here for this 5-5-10 special edition Wednesday PLO game. Open here from Fish, Queen 9-8-7. Now this is a straddle pot. Gary gonna defend the straddle. About 400 in this pot. Jack, 7 deuce, 2 spades. Fish, 9-8 of spades. Joe with the nut flush out, but does have 3 spades in his hand. Jack of clubs, now pairing the board. None of these plays with a jack in their hand. But Joe with 2 pair now. Queens and jacks while drawing to the nut flush draw. Again, you got to really be really careful on these paired boards, especially playing out of position.
Heads up.
Ace of hearts. Doesn't change too much unless one of these players have pocket aces, but Joe does have the ace of spades here. Fish, you're going to take a stab at this.
475.
About 475 and about 800. Fish gonna bluff on the river with basically nothing in his hand. Gonna get Joe to fold the best hand after your river's aces up. I believe it was aces and jacks with a queen kicker. He turned 2 pair with queens and jacks, had queens in his hand, but then the river had an ace in his hand, but the river was an ace of spades, so gives him aces up.
I don't know if I'm waiting. I don't know what I'm doing. Honestly, don't know what I think eventually I'll get back in. I just don't.
Gonna turn up this table mic here for y'all.
Just so.
Where this recession takes us.
I'm just happy that I have property, but
Yeah, for sure.
I don't even know if that's good anymore neither. The way things is going.
fold, 4 fold. Alright. 5 makes it 50. 6 calls.
Joe, you can't see my card. I'll show them right here.
Got it.
7 calls.
Playing with 8 is definitely better than playing with 8 is definitely better than playing with 4.
9 folds and 1 calls.
Looks like we're going 5 ways to this flop. Fisher with pocket kings, GG with pocket queens on the 2-3 jack board, 2 hearts.
260.
Joe here just gonna lead right out, flopping the mirror with jack 3 deuce in his hand. No one with the hearts in their hand. Probably gonna take down this pot. Nice favorable flop there for Joe as he flops the mirror with jack 3 deuce in his hand. Jack 3 deuce board. 2 hearts. I hope everybody's having a good Wednesday afternoon. Almost done with the workday. Tonight, Wednesday night, as you all know, Katie's game. One of the best one-day weekday tournaments here in the DFW Metroplex area. $100 buy-in, 12K guarantee, 20K starting stack, 20-minute levels. Last 2 weeks, over 300 entries. 2 weeks ago, 326 entries for a total prize pool of 25K plus. Last week, 306 entries with nearly a prize pool of 24K. If you want to get into that game, one of the best weekly one-day tournaments here in the DFW area. Come here, play for this game. We're doing a Friday tournament, 9 o'clock. I just want to confirm that. 5 ways to this flop. It looks like a 7-7-10 board. No player with a 10 on their hand, I'm sorry, no player with a 7 in their hand. Joe here still taking the aggressive approach here. Let's check to him on the button. Going to take a stab here. 2 pair. 7s and 10s with a king kicker. Jose actually with the best hand with aces. Just going to peel. 465 in the pot. Jack of diamonds. Brings in some additional draws. Brings in a hand like king queen. Brings in backdoor diamonds. Jose with the ace of diamonds blocking the nut flush draw. Again, this is a paired board. Joe gonna barrel the turn as he turns some additional equity. Turns open ender.
Thank you.
Looks cool what you do.
All right, just got some confirmation about a new tournament. We'll get into that after this hand. About 40 viewers. Thanks for tuning in for some PLO action. If you're at the office trying to get some work done, nothing wrong with turning on a little poker to watch. Looks like we're going to be going 4 ways to this flop. 270 in the pot after a raise from Joe, the most aggressive player at this table. Get a 3-bet from Fish out of the big blind with ace, queen, 10, 9, 3 spades in his hand. On a queen high board, 2 hearts, 4 spades. Jose with the best of it, flopping a gutter to the wheel as well as a nut flush draw. Is going to just, when check 2 by Fish, who was the original 3-better pre-flop, going to bet 300. Going to get calls from both Joe and both a call from Fish out of the big blind, who was the original pre-flop progressor. Jack of clubs. Open ender now for Fish, but the bottom end of the open ender. Jose here going to continue to barrel his equity, going to bet pot on this turn after check 2 by Fish. Going to be tough for Joe to continue here with just bottom 2 pair. Does have a wheel draw himself. See if Fish is going to want to commit here. Oh yeah, Jose representing sets. Wearing nut flush draws. Okay, just for confirmation, tonight's Katie's game. I'll bring that up again. One of the best one-day tournaments here in the DFW area, 12K guarantee. $100 buy-in, 12K guarantee, 20K starting set, 20-minute levels. This Friday, we have our $300 bounty that we normally have. I believe the guarantee on that tournament, let me double check for you guys.
I would have put my youngest son in that pot. Not the oldest one, the younger one.
This Friday, black chip bounty, 3K guarantee. We are going to be hosting Katie's game again this Friday at 9 p.m. It is currently not on Poker Atlas. Make sure we'll get that added.
22, your young son's my age.
All right, B-Shack. Answer that question. So, Katie's game again, we're going to be running that back this Friday. I'm not sure what the guarantee is going to be on that. I can step out and double check and confirm. So, B-Shack, to answer your question, starts at 6 p.m. Registration open for 2 hours. Okay. 20-minute levels, 12K guarantee. 2 weeks ago, had the record number of entries, 326 entries, creating a prize pool over just over 25K, first over 6K, if I remember correctly. Last week, just missing the record again, 306 entries, just under 25K. First over, I remember it being over 5K. You had to pay taxes on it, unless they made a deal. This week, let's see if we can go over 326. Just inform that there's no guarantee for Friday's game. But again, very, very similarly structured to Monday's Monday's 6 p.m. tournament and Katie's game. Again, Monday, this past Monday, we had about 74, 75 entries, our biggest Monday night tournament. All right. Fish here in the small blind with aces.
955.
Joe in the hijack. Has a little bit of backdoor equity, backdoor club draw, some backdoor Broadway draw, some backdoor straight draws. We'll need a 5 on the turn. Again, a rainbow Badoogie board here, Queen 4-6. See if Joe's going to want to continue here. After Fish pots it. Joe's going to make the fold here.
I'm on tilt, but with the best hand.
Fish announcing he's on tilt. Lost some pretty big pots early on. Ran it twice with Gary, who ended up turning 10s full of 5s. Both a flop board of two tens, both flopping trips.
It was like a 6-month stretch. But every day I was losing like 2K in the market.
So again,
Minimum 2K.
Katie's game tonight. I'll go over the tournament schedule for the rest of this week. Some of our cash games for this upcoming week.
I'm like, wow, what a great day.
Got a fun action-packed lineup for tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday stream. Jose here under the gun, pocket aces. Single suited to the ace of spades. Ace, ace, 8-5. Gonna make it 50. Fish on the button, gonna make the call. After Joe calls as well, +2 gonna go through. It says flop with $1.70 in it. 10-4-4 board. No player with pair fours. No 10. Jose with the lion's share of the equity. Does have the ace of hearts blocking nut flush draws. But again, this is a paired board. Joe here with a snap call. Surprising snap call. Oh, snap raises actually.
That's real ace.
Thought he just called. Surprised he called, but then realized he actually raised it. Snap raised it. They're getting Jose the snap fold. All right, let's talk about some other stuff. Industry appreciation. If you are in the gaming industry, in the poker room industry, don't necessarily need to be just from the Texas area or the DFW area. It can be from any part of the state.
Nice place. I haven't been here in
Vegas, Florida. You get half off if you play in our room. And for those of you that are probably watching all from Texas, we do not rake from the pot. We charge a daily / monthly or annual membership fee. In addition to that, we charge a seat rental fee. So there's some other options to buy in bulk, but if you're in the industry, we don't allow bulk purchasing. But you do get basically half off. So you get basically $2 for 2 hours for $13 instead of 1 hour for 13. Joe, it's quiet because a number of players aren't playing. Got a 2-4 heart, 2-4 queen board. Fish and JL here.
Joseph? That's who you was talking about?
Fisher flopping nut flush draw.
I won't tell him.
Joe here flopping the second nut flush draw. Can get in a little trouble. The 2 of diamonds on the turn brings in a paired board though. No player with a deuce. No one with the boat yet.
Oh, yeah?
Surprisingly, Joe with the best hand with 3s and deuces and king kicker. Fish are going to be really aggressive if they're getting checked to. Fish going to bet his equity, even though the board pairs. Going to pick up that pot there. First responders. For those of you that take care of us, free membership. For our first responders, our police officers, firefighters, and our veterans. So that daily, monthly, annual membership fee that I was talking about, you guys are not required to pay that. You let them know, show them, ID that you're one of these 4, and you will get your daily membership for free.
Friday game starts this week. That Friday tournament starts this week. Got enough staff for that? Guess he's not answering the next one.
Joe here under the gun, just gonna limp for 10. Rick's gonna make it 40. Pocket 10s.
I had a turn. Just put it in right now.
Single suited to the ace of spades.
I like this.
Seven ways to this flop. 280 in the pot. See what this flop's gonna bring. Kind of a dry board. Now J-Mod does flop open-ended, double blocking straight draws.
280.
Burden here flopping a top and bottom pair.
11, 20.
J-Mod gonna put Burden to the test here.
All in.
Yeah, probably gonna get a snap call from Burton. Gonna get it all in. Gonna go heads up to this turn. Ace of diamonds. King of clubs.
The first two cards I showed.
J-Ma here rivering Broadway.
What do you need, Gary? We'll get it for you. One of those granolas, the Nature's granola. Doesn't matter which one. Doesn't matter which one. No.
Let me get you a little one.
If you're in the DFW era right now as we speak,
Yes, please bring me back.
you want to mix it up a little bit. Wednesday's Marks game currently going on right now, starting at 10 a.m. this morning. 1K max buy-in, 1-3 blinds, unlimited straddles. It's quote unquote a semi-private game in the sense that anybody's welcome to play, but you have to agree to the rules of the game. So they have a stand-up game, they have a 7-deuce game, multiple straddles, really action-packed 1-3 game. Definitely does not play like a 1-3 game, especially with unlimited straddles. So I didn't play it, but I was in there for a little bit trying to chatting it up with Mark and saw some pretty big stacks in there. Guy had like 4 or 5K like at 12:30. So again, if you're looking to get into a fun kind of carnival type game, 7 deuces on, unlimited straddles, no button straddle. We do allow the button straddle here at Poker House Dallas. Ultimate last action, but in that specific game, no button straddle, only unlimited straddle under the gun.
Told him that was for my boy too, man.
You can add it out there. You can make it 80. No. 8. 6 made it 80. 7 gold.
GG here going to pot out of the big one. Going to make it 80 out of position with ace, queen, 10, 10, single suited to the ace of spades.
Spent anything left?
Pretty much a lot of these players have the outs he's looking for. So a lot of these players having each other's out. Joe actually with not a bad hand relative to what everybody has in their actual hand holding. Ace, 3, deuce board, 2 hearts. Let's look through these hands. Joe with the best hand, flopping open-ended. Oh, actually flops a straight, excuse me. Does flop the best hand. No one with hearts. I like Joe's chances pre-flop after seeing everybody's whole cards here. Thought he originally flopped open-ended and actually flopped the wheel. And again, it's really tough to commentate PLO, especially when there's 7 ways to the flop. I kind of just go around and see the biggest percentages for the respective players. Gonna be tough for GG to continue here. It's really, we're just relying on backdoor spades. Yeah, gonna make the fold. Joe here using that aggression. About 35 hands into this live stream. Let's take a look at cumulative winnings real quick. Gary up now about 5K. Joe and Burton and down the most. 1,800, 3,800 respectively. Again, still a lot of time in this stream. About 2 hours left in this live stream.
Way out there.
Had some technical difficulties originally up front.
You know the flush is gonna come.
Squared away now. Action underway. Lots of players getting into hands pre-flop. Take a look at this VPIP. Joe Sebring in the 7th seat, 92% VPIP. No player at this table with a VPIP below 35%. Again, it's a function of a lot of players limp calling, raise calling.
Two call, three fold. 50. 5 fold, 6 call, 7 call. Raise to 260. That's what yours.
3-bet here from Rick out of the 3rd line with pocket aces. Single suited to the ace of clubs. J-Mon gonna want to see a flop in position. No one folding here, 1,000 in the pot. GG is gonna pretty much have to go all in post flop. I actually don't hate GG's hand. Him and J-Mon are sharing a lot of outs. Clubs are gonna be tough to come by. 8-6 deuce board, 2 diamonds. GG actually with the best of it. Flopping open-ended. Yeah, I think it's just gonna rip it in here. Yep. Joe here with top and bottom pair. Looks like he snap called. Rick gonna make the fold, it looks like.
You good?
10 of clubs, doesn't change much. 9 of clubs. GG here. Getting there on the river. Gonna river straight. After Joe flopped top and bottom pair.
I mean, it was
Action's actually starting to pick up now, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Gigi.
it's been a class, a staple for so long.
Again, lots of limp pots pre-flop. Most of these players, well, most of these flops go in 4 or 5 ways to the flop, so
Adding 1,000 on the AC.
Rick's gonna kind of top off here to get to about 3K.
Close, yeah. Yep, yep. Yes, 120. 40. 2 folds, 3 folds, 4 folds.
Raise.
5 raised to 100, 6 folds.
$100 gets me the button.
7 makes it 300. There's 900, 800, sorry, raised to 800. All in. How much do you have? Check out. Six, 8, 9, 1,000, 1135. 1135 total, all in total.
Joe gonna get all his chips in here pre-flop. Jack 10, 9, 4. Pretty speculative hand to get his chips in with. Could be tilt. Could be tilt. Ripping. 3,400 in the pot. 6-8-6-6 board. Jose with the best of it. Flopping trip sixes. Gonna bet 1,000 here. There's a little bit of backdoor equity, not a ton of backdoor equity.
I got a loose 6.
Loose 6. 4 spades on the turn, 9 of spades. Jose picking up a nice little pot here.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Let's see if Joe's gonna reload. All right, if you are interested in paying any of our live streams, I'm going to post a link. I had some people sign up, contact me, have not contacted those players.
Fuck, I jammed you full, right? Is it?
Pre-flop?
You know,
Yeah,
wake up.
I would have been annoyed.
Wake up. What? Wake up. What about wake up? You know wake up?
I don't know if I beat him.
He's the best action PLO. Wake up. Yeah, it's
Short, dark skin guy? You messed up high?
short, but
No, I don't know.
you see me
GG, need your cards.
Yeah,
GG. We're good. We're good. Everybody's good.
I would have.
4.
that's right, you didn't jam.
All right.
I wanted you in.
Jess posted a link to a Google Doc form. If you're interested in playing any of our live streams, Hold'em, PLO, Congress. Well, Congress in this area, neck of the woods. Big O, mixed. We have just a game for you, different days of the week, different times, all different stakes, anywhere from 1-2 to 25.50 with a 50 big blind. That's going to be our biggest game this Friday. Jay Wynn coming up from Austin to play that game. Tomorrow, we're going to be running a 5-5 for special live stream featuring the Queen of Felt and Wolfgang Poker. Sam Clark, another vlogger as well, in town for a bit. 2 of hearts on a paired board, no player with a 4. GG with the best hand. Pair of queens. Oh, Rivers trip queens, yeah.
Check.
GG here having a nice little Wednesday afternoon short, buying in for 1,000, spinning it up to about 3,300. Again, I was just informed that some of these cumulative winnings and losses are incorrect, specifically with J Ma and I believe Joe Sebring in the 7th seed, but I think everybody else's is correct. Again, tonight, you guys have 3 hours. Well, you actually have, if you want to get here for the beginning of it, you have 3 hours to get here to make this on time. The parking lot's going to be packed. Don't tell me there's traffic. There's always traffic between 5 and 6 p.m. on 35. Get here early. Park. $100 buy and 12K guarantee. Past 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. I know 2 weeks, 20K, been over $20,000 in the prize pool. 20K starting stack, 20-minute levels. Final table going to start about 12:30. First place to last. So 2 weeks ago, had 326 entries, give or take 1 or 2 of those. Total prize pool nearly 26,000. First place paying over 6K. Last week, 306 entries. Nearly a 25K prize pool, about 24.5, 24.5, 24.6. First place over 53, 5,400, I believe. Just enough where you have to pay taxes. Again, this game, this specific structure. Now, on Monday, very similar structure, had 76 total entries. was our biggest Monday. The last 3 weeks, right? This is what this is. Did you know Mondays and Wednesdays are very, very similar structure? Now Fridays at 9 p.m. Same tournament. And I believe going forward on Fridays, our $300 black chip bounty tournament is going to be replaced by a very similar structure like this. I will know that for a fact.
Call. And call. 3 players. Check. Check. Check.
Ace of diamonds on this turn. 2 spades, 2 diamonds.
Bet. 1215.
J-Ma here turning top 2 pair. No one with diamonds, no one with spades. J-Ma on this hand with the lion's share of the equity. I'll take that back. Joe does have a gutter to Broadway as well as a jack high diamond flush. See if he wants to get the remainder of his chips in.
Call. Heads up. All in. Or bet.
J-Ma here going to pick up a nice little pot. All right. Got confirmation on a bunch of stuff. Okay, let's talk about this. If you're interested in playing heads up, we have some slots remaining for this Saturday and Sunday. $700 buy-in. We've had some players from this past weekend make it through to the next round. Still have some opening slots. Starts at noon both Saturday and Sunday. $700 buy-in. Get in contact with Eric Anderson. It's our TD here, also running Action Tracker as we speak. Reach out to him. If you need his number, if you're interested in, let me know. I'll pass it along to you. Reach out to the Poker House, Facebook, any of our social mediums. He manages those and runs those. He'll get back with you. I think all you deserve points.
35.
For sticking through with those technical difficulties and on being here at 3 p.m. on a Wednesday on a work week. 2,500 points.
3 players.
Jack 6-6 board.
Okay.
No player with a 6. Jack of diamonds on the turn, double pairing the board.
Check.
Jose with the best hand right now. Let's see, anyone with a 9? No, Jose with the best hand here.
Okay.
Joe gonna take a stab here.
Hold.
Joe turning his 10 high to bluffing with 10 high there after check 2 on the river. Gonna take it down for a small little pot. All right, so let's go back. Katie's game. Talked about this again. Just got clarification. Okay.
I used to live up there.
12K guarantee for that tournament. That starts tonight, 6 p.m. Get here on time. We'll probably have anywhere from 75 to 100 entries right at the beginning. If you are to walk into Poker House right now, the only table you'll actually physically see is the live stream table. All 15 tables out on the floor currently right now are being set aside for Katie's game. That's how busy it gets. Probably have some spillover to the live stream table this evening, also to the side rooms based off of how last week went. Again, last week 306 entries, 326 entries the week before. Pretty much back-to-back total prize pools of 25K the past 2 weeks. Last week, first place over 53, 5,400. The week before, 6K. A management met earlier this week. Talked about some different tournaments they want to put on.
Bet 50.
Joe here with the best hand flopping top. Bottom two pair, but also double blocking the straight draw. Badoogie board. I like this move. It's going to be very tough for a player to have like 10-9. Now, there are some players that would have 4-5 in this spot, but so this Friday, we're still having the black chip bang that starts at 6 p.m. You can go on Poker House, check out the structure on that, how that works. At 9 p.m., it's going to be basically running back Katie's tournament. Again, there's no guarantee on the Friday tournament, this $100 buy-in tournament. 9 p.m. Friday. If you're looking for a low entry buy-in tournament late at night,
The software allows it if that's what you want to do.
come play Friday. Currently, that tournament is not on Poker Atlas. We'll get that updated here over the next hour or so, hopefully, before Katie's game.
We'll start next dealer. 35.
Do double board bomb on the dealer chain.
When Benny comes back in, yeah, double board bump up.
Oh, so they're going to run a double board bomb pot next hand on the next dealer chain. We do.
No, to play it. Yeah.
Playing it is bad on stream.
Oh,
It takes too long. Like the one hand takes like 10 minutes.
I'll get you changed.
I thought you wanted to do a flip.
35. There you go. They don't like it. Alright, 1, 2.
Just kidding. Double board bomb pot next. 5 ways to this flop. 125.
Damon, Joe.
Oh, Jim is. Wait, stop. Okay, Burton's up. I thought he called. Hold on a second. I got to hold him. Call and Jose's up. 4 players. Go.
All right. 4 players to this flop. Getting the action tracking correct.
Take a bet.
Queen 4 deuce board.
Okay. Bet 100.
Gary here with the overpair. Queen deuce 4. Badoogie board. Both Jamon and him have the same hand. It's going to be a chop pot for the most part.
This Wednesday tournament that they have, get like 3 players.
Ace of diamonds. Brings in hand like 3-5. Chop pot.
Tables out here for.
Cowboys. If you make the bomb pot a 1K cap, it goes much faster.
He said we can't. He said we can't do it.
Yeah, I know. And he says it's too slow.
He said you can't do the double board bomb pot.
Maybe slow.
Who wants a double board bomb pot?
He says it goes too. It says it takes too.
He thought you guys were talking about flip.
So you can do a bomb pot, but it's a flip. You know, you don't play it
Oh,
out.
it's not bomb pot. We don't
Playing it out takes like 10 minutes and
Yeah,
it's confusing for the viewers, so we just don't do that on the
I
stream.
don't know. Personally, I just don't like flips. But
Yeah, I don't play either. I'll play bomb.
I'd rather just keep playing. Yeah, let's just leave it as is.
Who's the big winner from last night? Your boy lost 22.
I think. Oh, Zellfish?
Zellfish? Yeah, I gotta see what that is.
Z-Fish?
Z-Fish.
Yeah, Z-Fish. 35.
Yeah, Z-Fish also he's gonna be making his Poker House live stream debut this Friday. Gonna be playing our 25-50 with 50 big blind Annie. Got Jaywin coming up German moneymaker, PLO, OFC, Carlos, DW, Z-Fish, Chris Cashman, playing the inaugural 25-50-50 Big Blind A this Friday. Tomorrow's live stream 5-5 match to stack, featuring the Queen of Felt, Sam Clark, Wolfgang Poker, OMG at variance, Mighty Hammer, Danny Marks, OFC, Carlos, and the Moneymaker. And then this Saturday got German Moneymaker, OFC, Danny, Randy Sadler making his Poker House Livestream debut. Got Habib coming back, Carlos.
The turn was a 10, I think. Was 3 or the turn was a 3. So Dom back, he called, and the river was a 10. So Don check, he bet like 6,500. Don call. Don put him like ace queen or ace king, something like that. Check. 6-4 bet. And I remember one more hand, like Don just had the ace high. Bet like 10,000 on the river. Was a 7, flop was a 7-4 deuce. So Z-Fish has 7-5. Don had ace jack. Turn was a 5. And the river was a king. Don bet about 10,000. You think about it.
Gary here with the best of it.
Pot's only like 14K.
They get pushed out of the pot by Fish. Fish making a little bit of a comeback here.
So fast. 10.
Started the stream off a little tough. Picked up a couple hands. Picked up the aggression.
Moneymaker was doing good at that time too. I think Moneymaker and Z-Fish, that's the biggest 2 winners. It doesn't matter.
I put it in like while they did it.
Raise 30. Eugene needs your card. Carry 30 to go. Yeah, right foot. Do it again. Got him. 30. Raise.
Three bet here by Fish, +2, 8-7-6, double suited, wrap hand. Rick here with double suited himself. Ace, queen, queen, 4. Jose here with a 4 bet. Ace, king, jack with a wrap. Single suited to the ace of spades. Big pot brewing potentially here. Gonna go heads up. One of the few hands where we're gonna be going heads up. To the flop at least. 10-8-5 board. Both players here. Similar equity. Rainbow board. Has some weird straight draws. Definitely some backdoor draws. Backdoor spades for Joe. Does flop the best of it. With just one pair of holding. Fish here back with a pair of 8s. Backdoor straight draws himself. Backdoor diamond. Money's getting all in on this flop, ladies and gentlemen. 5K in the pot. Three of spades. Brings in the spade draw. 10 hearts. Drips for Joe. Gonna take this pot down. Nice little pot for Joe. Lost some big pots early on. Fish here now down about 4,800. Still has about 2K left in his stack. All right, ladies and gentlemen, got a little fundraiser tournament going on next Thursday. Gonna get that situated.
I'm only kidding, man. I'll leave you alone.
Lots and lots of action.
Thought my hand was would be good against one pair.
Are we making fun of Joe?
This is Joe, right? Joe's just 105. I can't make fun of him, man.
Here, take this. All right, straddles on. Straddle from Gary. Yeah, I got you. And on this hand? 4,000 more.
43 hands into the stream. Just over 2 hours again. With it being PLO, multi-way, 4 cards. Not going to see as many hands as you normally see in a 4-hour Hold'em stream.
I don't know how you live this long. That's in New York City, man. If you didn't,
20 to call.
What were you doing in 1984?
I wasn't even born in
I was dancing on the street and West Ham break dance.
I bet he was. Raise, make it 80. He's new to break dance.
Yeah, bust a move for me, guys.
Guys having a fun time now.
80, 80.
I have my own page, you know. I don't think you can pay.
Yep.
Dancing on the street and West Ham
Call. Call.
Nice call, Gary.
Call.
6 players to this flop. 500 multi-way.
Take a bet. Check, 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 check. Check,
3, 8,
check.
10 board, but Doogie board. 4 spades on the turn after it checks around on the flop.
This hand deserved a better fate, sir.
Joe here going to take over the betting league with just a pair of queens. Going to get folds probably all the way around. Okay, J-Ma here turning the nut flush draw.
Fold, heads up.
Not a ton for him to call. Is in position to Joe. 10 of spades. Now it does pair the board. Look for Joe to barrel here.
Bet. 350.
Very value size. 350 into 840. He's bluffing, but to J-Ma, it looks very value heavy. Joe actually looks like he's trying to represent, you know, again, he's bluffing, representing like boats. Yeah, just gonna tank call there.
Yep, he called.
Thought it was a decent enough price to call. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Next Thursday, March 23rd, in lieu of our Thursday PhD $200 Classic, next Tuesday, it's Thursday, excuse me, March 23rd, 6 p.m., free roll fundraiser. First 5K starting stack, free. 5K additional chips for $20, and up to 5X, another 25K for $100. And 25% of each buy-in is going to be donated to Children's Health. So if you're interested in playing this free, we will advertise it on Poker Atlas. We'll put together a little Facebook post about it, Instagram post about it, Twitter post about it. It's going to be benefiting Children's Health. Again, next Thursday, 6 p.m. in lieu of the PhD Classic. There's no guarantee for this tournament. Again, the majority of the I'll say the majority, the 25% of each donated buy-in will be going to Texas or to Children's Health. So if you're looking for a good cause and looking for a good free roll fundraiser, come to Poker House Dallas next Thursday, 6 p.m.
20 to call. 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 115. Can't see that express card. Like
90 diamonds, 90 diamonds, 90 diamonds.
sorry, Rick. Can't hear you.
15.
Did it before, I can do it again.
Full call. 3 players.
Bless you. Good, Gary.
Eight of diamonds on this turn, brings in some straight draws.
380.
Joe here, now turning 2 pair. But GG double blocking straights. Let's see if he's gonna get aggressive with his hand. No player with clubs. Non-paired board. See if GG wants to get creative. Nah, definitely. It's gonna fold here. Just a little over halfway through this stream. JL here, pocket aces, single suited to the ace of hearts. Gonna make it 30. Under the gun. Getting pretty strong act, especially multi-way. With a ton of action behind, knowing that a lot of players don't fold pre-flop. Gonna call from GG here. Joke's gonna 3-bet on the button with kings. But Doogie kings. Not gonna get a fold here. Just gonna call. See if GG is just gonna call here. Feels like he's getting a relatively decent price. Just pocket nines. Really gonna need a 9 on the flop. Yeah. Joe here flopping top set.
Bet 400.
Slightly over 80% pot. Nearly pot. He's gonna get folds all the way around. Just willing to take down this pot. $40 viewers in the chat. Special edition 5510 PLO.
Raise 40.
GG here, pocket aces in the hijack, gonna make it 40. Gonna get a snap call. Oh, it's that snap 3-bet to 100 by Joe with ace king pocket eights. Single suited to the ace of hearts. Oh, looks like there's a 3-bet by GG. A 4-bet. Raise 3-bet by Joe. 4-bet by GG. Call by Joe. 660 in the pot going to the flop. 7-5-5.
Bet 500.
Very strong line taken here by GJ. Definitely representing aces here. Neither one of these players probably going to have a 5 in their hand.
But the issue with me is CCU.
Going to get a quick fold by Joe after GJC bets that flop.
You're able to buy them. When I do that, I'm just stuck buying groceries and gas because I all cash. You understand what I'm saying? The year that I don't want to do anything, I'm going to buy the property or I'm going to buy less than anything. Then whatever, I'll pay as least as I can. So, you know. Properties too. Yeah, I own two. Yeah, I own a multi-family in the Bronx and then the house that we live in.
Time to go. So running out to your family member, right?
My mom upstairs. And then there's a high school friend that rents downstairs.
Jose here, pocket queens. Look for him to open.
Raise 40.
Gonna make it 40 here.
Call.
GG gonna call +2, ace queen, 2-5 double suited. Joe as well in the hijack. Low wrap cards.
40. Call. Call.
Probably gonna go 5, 6, 7 ways to the flop. 7 ways to the flop, 280 in the pot.
7.
Lots of multi-way flops again. Lots of high V-pips. Joe with the highest V-pip, 90%. No, only a couple players. Lowest V-pip about 33% right now. 7-6 king board. Very good flop for Joe, I believe. Okay, so Jack of Hearts brings in his heart draw on the turn. Burton currently with the best hand, open-ended. Open-ended with a heart draw as he turned to 8 high flush draw.
Bet. 225.
Jose here, we need a 10 on the turn to get Broadway.
Call. Call.
Bet by Gary,
Call.
who turns jacks and 7s.
Call.
Ace of diamonds.
Check.
Hand like queen 10 gets her, which Burton has. Gonna be a nice little pot for him here. Burton been having a tough 5-5-10 session here this afternoon. Probably gonna get folds all the way around. The only hand that's really leading this on the river multi-way is queen 10 after no flush draw. After no flush draw hits and after the board doesn't pair. So definitely representing a hand, exact hand that he has. Drills it on the turn. Now did turn open ender, turned a little bit of a combo draw, turned to open ender with a flush draw, but again that flush draw was only 8 high. Limp pot. No raises pre-flop. Still 5 ways. Only $50 to the pot. It's probably the smallest pre-flop amount that we've seen going into the flop on a 6 queen deuce board, 2 clubs. Burton here. Flopping top pair. Queen high flush draw. The lion's portion of the equity on this flop.
150.
Joe here with the ace of clubs, trying to use that ace of clubs as a bluff card. Knowing that he's blocking nut flush draws. Board does pair. Burton here with the best hand, queen high flush. Burton on the comeback trail.
So, 6 days prior to that, I won the Win PLO championship, which was my biggest score at the time. And in 6 days, I just blew it out of the water. So I have that. Yeah. 6 days, yeah.
How much was that first score?
155. Yeah.
And the second one?
888.
So, $1 million, like.
Yeah, it was $1 million summer.
Yeah, Rick talking about the summer he won a Win PLO tournament for 155K. And then this was 2019, that summer, he won a Win PLO tournament for 155K. And a few weeks later, took down the Crazy 888 tournament for $888,888. So over $2 million in career Hendon Mob earnings. I believe Jose Montes also has over $2 million in career earnings in the 5-seat. A PLO player himself, but the majority of his earnings in Hold'em, I believe.
Raise 60.
Ray Fish here in the cutoff, going to make it 60. Ace, King, 10, 7, single suited to the Ace of Clubs. Sorry, Jose with 1.6. Had back-to-back 250K scores within a month in 2015, or was it 2017? Won the WSOP main event. WSOP Choctaw main event, and then about 4 weeks later takes down, I think it's a Heartland and Blackhawk for about 350K. So that was a 600K for a week for him.
It was a couple months later. First place was $1 million. I came in 7 for 80K. Literally, $1 million was so tough. That was the last time they ran that over.
275. Call. One player.
Rick here with top two pair spade draw up there, Burton. Not flush draw. Ace of 5 of clubs. Brings in a hand like 3-4. No player with that. JL here with a set of 6s, currently with the best hand. See if he's going to want to get it in.
Bet. Yep, 675.
Slightly under half pot. Burton still drawn to the nut flush. Spades. It's going to be tough for Rick to call here. Especially now that 3-4 gets there.
When I was leaving, we were living in New York City, so like my mother-in-law was very like prevalent, so she
Doesn't have much of a redraw either. Has actually 0 redraw. Still gonna make the call. Pretty drawing dead here. 6 is not gonna come. Ace is not gonna be good. 7 of spades. Burton there getting on the river. Gonna just rip a stack. It's gonna be about a third of the pot. Yeah. And JL knowing that the front door flush draw gets there. And also some straights there from the turn. And like now 8-9 gets there. That's not spades. Yeah, Burton there. Now up for today's session after down about 3K plus.
Eric, 2, adding 2,000.
Rick gonna top off and get the 2K. Down a bit. Last week had a 10K plus win. This week 23 up, down 2,300. Again, have about an hour and a half left in the stream or so, give or take. And again, if you are in the DFW era and you want to play a good value tournament tonight, 6 p.m., Katie's game. Come join it. 12K guarantees. Hit 20K the last few weeks. Let's see if we can break the record. 2 weeks ago, 326. Last week, 306. Could be off 1 or 2 entries.
All right, 10 to call. Call. Folds. 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 Folds.
Punishes, Gary.
$60 in the pot. Limp pot on a non-straddled pot. 6 ways. 60 in the pot. 10, 7, 7 board. 2 diamonds. J-Ma with the... Oh, with a 7. Worse 7 than Burden. Burden with trip 7s with a queen kicker. J-Ma's going to call here as well.
Call.
Yeah, probably going to see folds all the way around. Fish may try to... Okay, Fish is not going to call here with the nut flush draw. 8 of clubs. J-Ma here in trouble, though.
100.
With having Jackson in his hand, he's blocking his own boat outs. So it's going to be drawn to, yeah, good fold there. Notice he's drawn pretty slim.
Thank you. You can see it later, right? Ten to go. Fold.
Wouldn't be surprised if Garrett calls there. Wouldn't be surprised if you get a raise for Fish. Oh, Rich, he's going to actually fold. JL here going to make it 50. Ace, King, 10, some wrap type hands. Single suited the King of Spades. J-Ma on the button. Pocket 9s. Spades in his hand as well, covered. However, actually, spades are pretty much covered. So don't look for spades to come out on this board. King, Jack, 3 board. 2 clubs. No player with clubs.
Bet 150.
Joe here with bottom 2 pair.
Fold. 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 Winner.
Yeah, and Joe's just going to fold bottom 2 pair. There's a lot of turn cards that would have hurt him, even though he actually had the best hand at the time after flopping bottom 2 pair. Flush draws, straight draws. JLK could have had pocket kings there. So if a 3 or a jack came on the board, he could be losing the kings full. $50 hands into this live stream, about 2.5 hours in. Again, had some technical difficulties up front.
Fold. Fold. 40. Raise 40.
Raise from +2 from JL with ace king 9-7. Single suited to the ace of hearts. Gonna have 3 callers. Gonna go 4 ways to this flop with 170 in it. Jack 10-8 board. 2 clubs. Straight draws, club draws out there. 5 of clubs completing the front door flush draw. Joe with the best of it, but folding. Only had 9 high clubs though. GG here double blocking straight though. Board pairing 10. J-Ma rivering. Actually, J-Ma turned set of 5s, but River's 5s full of 10s. Gonna get a fold from GG here.
I knew you were gonna do that. I was gonna do it too, but then I was gonna count. I'll let you do it. That was on. I know you already told me that. You got somebody who's coming in. No, we don't. Yeah, we do have a list. We have a list. Oh, we do? Okay. I really let them know that. Planning on being a little. I'll make a phone call here.
It's just hard to get somebody to come in.
Now that you got shit. Yeah.
Someone that they don't even find.
Because if y'all aren't playing after.
I'll play after if anybody's.
Yeah, I'll play. 20 to go.
People are freaky and like that.
Full.
I know you prefer Wednesday afternoon too, but
Yeah.
I actually would too because Wednesday's my night.
Rick here in the big blind.
Raise. 180.
Gonna 3-bet after a raise from Joe. Gonna make it $180 with pocket aces. Double suited.
More people can game set hop.
Fish here also with aces himself. Look at this in a blind versus straddle. 2 players with pocket aces. 4-bet by J Fish. Joe here now after getting 3-bet, 4-bet's gonna fold. Rick here coming back with a 5-bet, our first 5-bet pot.
Raise. Yeah.
Are you one time or 2 times?
I'm always one time.
All right, both players with the same hand.
Always once.
Always once. Let's go.
Big pot here, 7,400. Rick all in. 7 of hearts. I know a player has a heart somewhere. 7 of diamonds. I think it's a chop pot.
Aces.
No, you have the hot draw. You forgot a straight.
I'm saying he had a 3-1.
Yeah, both.
Green or 10?
Rick was free rolling on the turn there. Chop pot between Fish and Rick. Both players having pocket aces and a 5-bet pot free flop. Yeah, Rick was double suited.
King and heart. Yeah, king and heart. And yeah, the
Queen Jack 10.
queen jack.
Queen Jack 10 is not on.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I had Queen Jack 10 on the flop.
I think you win twice because all my hearts and king was taken. Second time you win.
Yeah, it's like recent choice, right?
Yeah, wasted hearts, wasted king.
20 to go.
So, oh, maybe diamond.
20. Raise 75. I know. Call 75. Call.
5 ways to this flop. 480 after a raise from Rick out of the small blind. 6-8 jack board, 2 clubs. Jose with clubs in his hand.
Bet 250. Full.
Rick also with the ace of clubs though. Very important card here. Blocking nut flush draws. Wouldn't be surprised if Jose tried to peel a street, flopping combo draw himself, double blocking straights, flopping bottom 2 pair, pair 10s blocking straight draws with a flush draw as well. 9 of hearts brings in hearts for Rick, gives him some equity. Again, Jose here blocking the straight draw with 2 10s. It's gonna be tough for Rick to have a hand like Queen 10. It'll be tough for him to have a hand like 10-7. Reduces some of those combos that he has here. Does turn King High flush draw.
Call.
5 of hearts brings in the backdoor heart draw. Rick rivering King High flush on the river. 2,300 in the pot. Let's see what sizing he's going to go with here. He's going to lead out. Probably should try to get some value. 1,600, about 3/4 pot. Yeah, and Jose here knowing that backdoor hearts get there. And him just having a 2 pair with double blocking straights. Knows that Rick is capable of bluffing here. Yeah, we're gonna fold though. Rick picking up a nice little pot there as well. Now down about 1K. Jose still up himself about 1,500. No significant big swings in terms of wins, losses. Gary currently with the best cumulative winnings, up about 4,400. Fish down about 5,400 after losing a couple of big pots early on in the stream. Been trying to recover since then. Hand 55 in this Wednesday special 5-5-10 PLO.
First stack, 10 to call. Queen of clubs, friend, yep. Takes courage, you know?
Fortunately, I had. I wish I could say. Nice hand. 40.
Gary looking to get back in the mix. Kind of tightened up after winning some big pots early on in the stream. Again, he's up the most right now, about 4,400. Still beeping about 40%. Literally 3% pre-flop raise percentage for the 9 seed. Open from the small blind, gets 3 bet. A 4 bet. Past few hands, seems some 4 bet plus pots. 850 going into this flop on a king 7 board. No player with a king.
One guy not playing any hands. Telling another guy he's not playing any hands.
2/3 pot bet on this flop.
See that, Gary?
Joe looks like he's going to lay it down. Oh, maybe not. Put the cards back on the box.
Raise, make it 1,100.
Oh, gonna min click it back. I was wrong about that one.
Raise.
Oh no, re-raise and a 3-bet. 3-bet re-raise. Sick move by both players.
Thank you very much.
Fish trying to climb back out of the hole here with a little over an hour left in the stream. You got Little Brian in the box, Eddie the Asian Sensation in the booth, Eric Anderson running action tracker there in the background.
He ghosted you since last week? He's ghosted you since last week?
No, last Thursday, he hasn't been responding.
That's what I'm saying.
I think yesterday on the list, I saw his name. I was just wondering.
Clarence.
I played with him yesterday.
We did? Yeah, Clarence was there for sure.
There's no response, yes, last week and this week?
That's weird. Yeah, cool. Clarence was definitely there yesterday. Huh?
Yeah, I played with him. I played with him all day.
Cool.
Raise 50.
What did you call it, boy?
Boy, that's the best name.
Might have something to do with what you did with Jay.
Really? 3 calls.
I thought that was pretty.
4 calls.
You should have done that. You really should. That's my opinion.
Check.
But yeah, he and JT.
Check. Check.
Look at this bird and flopping the nuts. Well, ace is full.
Check.
And you know, JT is not one to be quiet.
Bet. 150. Fold.
You know, Paul Buffett.
Fold.
I did.
Unbelievable. You know, he play always black on the.
No, of course I do.
Fold. Heads up.
He play all the time.
3 of spades.
Check.
No one with quads here.
You know, we're supposed to go to win
Tough spot for JL.
the tournament at the.
Turns 7 full of king after Burton. Slight value bet here, 350 to 500. 70% paw. Gonna get a call. Gonna get the bad news. Flopped it.
When did you like that flop, sir?
Super racing.
I told him, you're the one putting the game together. So, I mean, it's up to you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's your game.
Let me call.
It's your game. Don't consider this.
Raise 30. Fold.
Jose here, pocket ace is single suited to the ace of diamonds. Gonna make it 30. A non-straddle pot under the gun.
Raise. 140.
Joe here trying to get after it.
2 folds.
See if Jose's gonna come back into a come back for 4-bet. I want to probably try to drive some of these players out. Yep, we're gonna come back with a 4-bet. Gonna bet looks like 700.
605.
Yeah, when they first opened, I bought a $300 yearly membership.
Gonna go 3 ways to this flop, about 1900 in it.
I started playing at PCH because the games were there. That's where I've been playing. No, I mean, I know Brandon.
JL flopping the best of it. Flopping the straight.
Nice room. 3 games.
Joe here flopping 2 pair. He's gonna need the board, the pair.
I always go once. I always go once.
Rip it.
Gonna rip it. 3 of spades doesn't change anything on this board. 5 of diamonds. JL gonna take this hand down after flopping the straight. Joe all in.
Well, yeah, I think that's what it is. It has nothing to do with their act.
Gary, what you do to get kicked out? What you do to get
I waited 2 hours on the wrist to put my name. I didn't even wash my hand. She didn't even catch me. And then I say slow, bitch, I silence. I hear that.
You always go once.
Eric, we let them know we have a seat open.
Okay, it looks like Joe's not going to be rebuying back in. We're just waiting to see if they get a thumbs up whether or not we're going to get him some additional chips to top back off.
initiate enough with my wife to initiate here?
We always go once.
Going to give you guys some points, 2K.
I want to see maximum pain.
I have gone twice though. I prefer to go both.
When I start learning this game, I go twice. But once I know this game, I don't do it.
I just think it's a better game.
So many players talking about running it once, running it twice. Again with the PLO, very high variance game.
Same time, it's something you got to come in.
I only run it once when I play Hold'em. When it comes to PLO, I'm totally cool with running it twice. What do you guys think? You guys run it once, run it twice type players in the chat. Jello on the button here, gonna make it 50. Suited ace. Interesting hand to raise with. Even being in position. Not gonna get a ton of folds. Gonna go 4 ways to this flop.
Check. Check. Check.
Nigga more than me.
GG actually with the best hand here, just a pair of 9s. Ace of clubs though brings in the front door flush draw, which GG had. Oh, he had a flush draw. 60% pot.
Winner. How you guys doing? Good luck.
Oh, I don't think it's live. Maybe the new room. The new room that's opening up next month. Maybe go there.
Gonna turn up the table mic for you guys. Gonna check on something really quickly.
I think some people will trickle down and play play here.
Just to the back wheel, yeah.
Thank you. Lost in translation, yeah. Transition, I mean. Good. See how nice that is. Food with her food.
Oh, it's a nice room. I went by and look at it, yeah.
You got pictures up? Pictures up somewhere?
I do, but I can't,
Can't. Non-disclose.
I got a picture and then I went inside, turned development up. So you can't really see it under development, but it's a huge room, full kitchen.
Good thing you capped everything.
Full more.
What was your name?
TD.
TD?
Yes, sir.
Like tournament director?
I guess so.
But touch Teddy.
I was a lot younger.
I mean, if they don't, I'll show you.
We can stand for a whole bunch of things.
Scoring all the touchdowns in the game.
Touchdown would have been another acronym.
Yeah, after I show you.
Leave it to you to go with poker.
Alright, TD, give me a smile for a second.
I don't smile.
You don't have to, just give me something to work with.
Something to work with.
And what
Do I buy it right here?
Yep, you can. Brian will take care of you.
How much are you starting with?
All the blocks do have
How much are you starting? 2,000 total.
That's 15.
You got 86 too.
Oh, yeah.
You got your membership card, sir?
You know
I
what
got a
80
little bit over
means?
2,000.
You know what 80 the really means?
1,500 behind.
Thank you.
You know it. 86 means.
You want 2050?
What does that mean?
2050. Oh, 86 kicked out.
real one? No. You know that. No. He's been playing poker long enough. He
Who
don't
got
play
kicked
good.
out? You got kicked out?
Yeah, for life.
I didn't get kicked out. I got kicked out?
Yeah, yeah.
No, I didn't.
You look like me.
All right, things squared up. Make sure everything's good. Hand 60 of this 5-5-10 Wednesday special PLO here at Poker House Dallas.
Cards in the box and just kind of shuffle them around a little bit so that that's good. That's enough.
All right, a new player in TD under the gun. Gonna bind for the full 2K.
Yes, sir. Burton, we need your cards. All right, 7 fold, 8 bet.
Rick here just gonna call. Same thing with Gary. 3 kings in his hand. Triple blocking Broadway.
Bare minimum, what, 14? That's all he had?
No player with a 9 here on 2-heart board. GG with the only one with the hearts, but has 3 hearts in his hand. Ace of diamonds on the turn. Burton here going to take a stab out of it, turning an ace. No one betting. If somebody would have had a 9, they would have bet the flop.
You know, we used to be casino downtown Vegas only.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
When you do something stupid like casino, they think we pay the money and then they kill you. That's what they call 86.
8 miles out, 60 feet.
Yeah, that's what it is.
No, you got something real though.
I used to live in Vegas.
That's a good
Where you owe somebody a lot of money.
Sounds
It
good.
used to be mafia.
$5, DJ.
Vegas used to be around that much.
Say it again.
Getting a new player coming in. TD in the 7 seat. Going to buy in for about 2K. Not familiar with this player.
People say that all the time, too.
And Benny back in the box to round out the final hour of this 5-5-10 PLO live stream.
They don't. That's the truth. I promise they don't. Earlier was supposed to be there too.
I know I've said it before.
One race to 40. Can you put your cards in the box again, T? Appreciate it.
You got to leave them there for a while?
No, that's good. Just every hand for a couple seconds.
Right off, all at the same time.
Oh, all at the same time.
4 minute, 1 time.
Okay, I get it.
3 fold,
Like that.
4 minute, 1 time.
Yeah.
5 fold, 6 fold.
I used to live in Vegas. I used to have
3 ways to this flop. King Jack 4 board. J-Ma with the lion's share of the equity. King of spades. Now pairs the board. No player with a king. J-Ma still currently with the best hand. Fish going to take the aggressive approach here. 250. Fold from Burton.
Like a Vegas one, too.
See what J-Ma's going to do here.
Vegas Uber driver. You look just like the guys who picked me up. Where you go?
Eight of hearts doesn't change anything on this board. J-Ma actually with the best hand. A lot of these players playing the first time here at Poker House Dallas for this 5-5-10 live stream. Playing a little tighter than we have seen in the past. Again, a lot of limp call, a lot of raise calling, lots of multi-way flops. Not a ton of pre-flop betting with the exception of Fish, Jose, and a Rick. Majority of all these other players, with the exception of Joe, who is now no longer playing at the table, all the other players with 10% less than 10% pre-flop raise percentage.
Time don't matter for the last check.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we'll cap it at 1K.
No.
Since it's the last hand, no shit.
How the fuck is Greg gonna break even, man?
He's talking about playing the last hands of all.
All right, so it looks like we may be playing the last hand as a double board PLO bomb pot to end the stream uncapped. We're trying to get it going. It's tough from an action tracker perspective. It's potential software issues, locking up, takes too much time. PLO, four card PLO is already tough for the viewing side.
40 GG.
I don't think it is. But it helps a little. It's not critical,
TD getting into the mix of it early on.
especially the last.
I actually like his hand relative to everybody else.
Honestly, what's fair is to give it to the weakest player, so we should give it to Gary.
Fisher flopping the nut flush draw.
I'm sorry, but you're not going to embarrass. From the hands I showed, you know you're not going to embarrass.
Rick here with the best hand with bottom two pair, but Fish with the nut flush draw. Rick here with also a Broadway draw. If a spade or if a club comes on the turn, 2 of hearts. Let's see how both players proceed here. Yeah, Rick still currently with the best hand. Both players going to check this turn. That's the gin card for Fish. Rick's probably not going to pay anything off here.
400.
Nearly pot-sized bet on the river. Yeah, nice fold there from Rick. Or easy fold there from Rick, rather. Had a low 2 pair. Broadways beat him. Flushes beat him.
You weren't young enough. That's what I said. You weren't young enough.
Straight up $20 for it.
For PLO? You have his phone number? You can pass him about. Maybe after Oh, I don't have his phone number. We just have WeChat. But if you want, like, I can ask him if you want to come. But we're gonna have like next Thursday or Wednesday the same.
Just 20 to call, sir. Alright, so
You have the heads up tournament tomorrow?
can you get your cards in the box, TD?
Right there.
No, just every hand for a couple seconds. It's good now. It just takes a couple seconds for him to read. That's all. 2 folded. 3 raised to 60. 4 fold, 5 fold, 6 fold.
Keep it
The top card doesn't read sometimes, so yeah, you gotta
pay
stop.
1 2
Burnt here. Ace, Queen, Jack 10. Single 2 to the Queen of Hearts. Make it 60. TD here. Pocket King's going to 3-bet to 150. Get into action, Gary. Just going to call. Call those bad aces. Only single suited and the Jack and the 7 aren't too much of connecting cards. A lot of these players with each other's outs. Yeah, I was expecting a slow board here. Gary with the best hand with aces. I'm going to check around on this flop. 600 in this pot. 5 of hearts pairing the board. What if TD thinks he has the best hand? In a world of hurt, though, with Gary with the pocket aces. Let's see if Gary starts betting here. What size he's going to use. Half pot. Yep, I'm going to go about half pot here. Looks like I can get folds all the way around. Gary going to pick up that pot. And Gary having a very good day. A few weeks ago when he played the stream.
Of course you didn't see it. That's messed up.
You know Harley, right? He's a good action player. There you go.
Got Aiden 14 in the chat. This tail end, last hour of this 5-5-10 special Wednesday PLO game. Tomorrow's game, 5-5 match to stack from 6 to 10 p.m. featuring Wolfgang Poker, Sam Clark, and the Queen of Felt. Friday, going to be running our biggest 25-50 with a 50 big blind Annie. Going to be featuring Jay Wynn, Paulo, JD, Chris Cashman, Carlos, Cortez, OFC, DW, German Moneymaker. And also this Saturday, Queen of Felt again. Gonna have another action-packed lineup for this Saturday as well. 5-5-10. Randy Sadler gonna be making his live stream debut. Fish with the best hand here. We're just a pair of queens. No one with clubs. He's open-ended as well. 8 of diamonds doesn't change much.
360.
Now here with TD here, turning a set of 8s, gonna pot it here. Gonna get a call from Fish. 3 of clubs, does bring in the front door club draw. No player with clubs. TD with the best hand. Pretty much betting pot. And after Fish bet the flop. Could be representing front clubs here. TD in a tough spot. If Fish really did have clubs, he probably would double barrel turn. TD in the tank here. Gonna make the call. Good call. Recreating the line. Thinking about the check back on the turn by Fish. Nice little call there, TD. Up about 1,400. Again, he's also making his Poker House live stream debut.
I've been watching him on the live stream. He was doing live bluffing, y'all. Y'all didn't know that. I've been watching him over there playing my little live watch shit.
It's a good line, bro. It's a good line, though.
Yeah. You gotta give you some fans in, build a brand, right?
We get the invite back. Are you available next week?
Always available, man.
Nice little hand there for TD. Coming in. After recreating the line. Fish bet, flop, check, turn, let a river for pretty much pot. Burton here is going to call with queens. Jose here with a wrap hand, single suit, double suited wrap hand. King Jack 10-9. GG going to call. Oh, yeah, GG going to call as well. Going to go 6 ways to this flop with 300 into it. 6-8 ace board, 2 clubs. Jose with 2 clubs as well. GG with 2 pair. Bottom 2 pair. Jose with a nice little front door club draw. Some straight draws. Gary here with a gutter. Club draw as well. 5 of spades. Straights get there. 7-4 gets there. Equity shifting now. Brings in backdoor spade draw. Let's see what Gary's going to do. Half pot bet. Jose going to make the call in position. Going to evaluate a river. 8 of spades pairing the board. Gary with the best hand. Check. Wonder if Jose's going to barrel here. Knowing that all his draws miss. Yeah. After check 2, I like the bet here, knowing that he's never going to win at showdown with this hand after getting check 2. Only way to win this hand is to bluff at it. All his draws missed on the river. Let's see if Gary can snip this out. Now the board does pair. Backdoor spades get there. Flush draw beats him, and full house beats him. He's getting calling chips. That's exactly 600 in his hand right there. Nice little call there. Nice little call there from Gary. Jose now down about 300. Gary again extending his lead on this feature table, live stream table here. Now cumulative wings are a little off, I believe, between J, Ma, and the 1 seat. So I think those are slightly incorrect based off what Eric told me. But with that being said, I think the rest of the players' cumulative wins are relatively accurate. J-Ma up about 6K, GG up about 2K, TD up about 1,400. Burton, after having a tough session early on, now up about $1,400. JL quietly a winner today. Getting Rick down about $1,200 after last week having a big win of about 10K last week, down about 1,200. The 1 seed fish can make it 125. Trying to create a little action here. It's gonna be tough for Gary to continue here, but let's see if he wants to play with his queens. Yeah, gonna go heads up. 525 in this pot. Very speculative 3-bet from fish out of the small blind. Gonna be 375 on this flop. Now Rick does flop just a 1 pair holding, but does not have a ton of backdoor equity. He does have the best hand though. He has 90% of the equity, but based off how played, fish representing very strong holdings. 10 of spades, backdoor spade draw brings in straight draws. Now Fish does turn set of 10s. Equity is now shifted over to him. Rick not going to take the bait there. Queen Jack gets there. Fish with the best hand. After the 5 of clubs hits the river. Let's see what size he's going to go with here on the river. Look at 1K snap fold from Rick. quiet table today. Lots of grinders at this table.
It would have been the same thing though. I was like,
Today's game is a setup. This is a setup game. Hey, look, let's follow the tight guys.
Jose here under the gun.
we had a scramble. A couple people had their job was supposed to
Completely different game.
Gigi here with King, just gonna limp.
We really helped that seat for you, Gary. You just didn't know.
Like the raise here from Gary in the cutoff. Ace, King, Queen, 4. Double suited. Broadway cards with the 4 clubs of the dangler. But double suited nonetheless. 3 bet by Fish here. Double suited himself. Clubs, diamonds. Fisher being the aggressive player, now taking over the aggression frequency. Two hearts. GG flopping top set. See if Fish is gonna bet here. Sneaky check from him. All right, now the front door flush gets there. He's gonna have to proceed with caution. All right, no one representing a heart draw. 7 is diamonds. Gigi's got to think his hand is good here after getting checked to on the flop and turn. Was excuse me, was hoping that Fish was going to see bet there. Less than about 45 minutes left in this stream. Jail here, just gonna limp the button. Non-straddled pot complete from Burton J-Ma here. Gonna make it 50, not surprised here. Jose gonna call as well, double suited and himself. We go 3 ways to this flop, buck 60 in, hand 68, king 10, 5 board, 2 spades. Jose with the only spades in his hand has majority of the equity here. J-Ma here flops open ender. Does have 1 spade in his hand. Yeah, and Jose's spades are just not good there. You know, if he had like jack high spade draw, 9 high spade draw, maybe would want to continue and peel 1 more street. But again, with that being said, 3 high spade draw on that board. Just not a good board to continue on. After some pre-flop aggression from J-Ma out of the blinds.
Where I come from, it's my business. It's always you go there.
Best thing smoke, mind your business.
You get it no try. I don't even remember that hand. I wasn't even paying attention.
Big tournament guy. Backed by more big tournament guys. I'm just like,
They backing it for a reason, you know what I mean? So
it's not acceptable.
6 ways to this flop, I'm going to assume. I like Gary's hand. Relative to all these other players, a lot of these players having each other's out. It's funny, even though Gary's hand does not look good based off what he has relative to everybody else, has the most equity pre-flop. Now post-flop, TD does flop the nut flush draw top pair as well. Some backdoor straight draws, but straight draws going to be tough to come by. 5 of hearts pairing the board, brings in a secondary flush draw. No one with hearts. TD with the best. Oh, Jose with the best hand with pair of queens. Let's see if Jose is going to continue here. Yeah, I don't blame him for folding. Doesn't have a lot to work with here on that board, that run out.
You're not blind yet. We gotta pay them while they're gone, guys, for the stream. No miss blind, but it's on the stream.
Sean, you should play. Joey, I think there's going to be some bomb. I think there's going to be one bomb pot at the end. It's tough to navigate bomb pots on a live stream from a, I say production side. It's just, 4 cards is already difficult in itself. Sean, if I can put you on the list for a PLO stream. But you play like every stream in Dallas anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Hand 70. About 30 minutes left in the stream. Eddie the Agent Sensation flying solo in the booth for this Wednesday special 5-5-10 PLO start at 1 p.m. Central. Again, these guys wanted to get in their PLO for the week. I said the only time we really have available is Wednesday at this hour, and they said we'd take it. I said, okay, it's yours. They're returning back next week. Five ways to this flop, 205. All these players with a variety of hands. No 9's going to be coming out. All the 9s are out. Checks around on this flop. 3 of hearts. Doesn't change too much on this board. J-Ma with the best of it. Just a pair of jacks, it looks like. Guess whoever takes a stab first, yeah. Rick here double blocking straights. Nice little bet here from Rick. Taking over the aggression. Gonna take down that pot, having pocket 4s, knowing that he's blocking, double blocking some straight draws. The wheel draw there.
Ask John if he wants to work a little late today. We asked John if he wants to stay a little late tonight. Carson wanted me to ask because he gets super busy.
Talking to me?
Just a little bit left in this stream. Benny gonna wrap it up for us.
He's got like 3 windows mapped, so it's all good.
Got some special guests with me in the booth over the next few days. Gonna have Chris Cashman in the booth with me tomorrow, commentating the 5-5 hold'em with the Queen of Felton Wolfgang Poker. Friday gonna have Danny Marks for the big game, 25-50 with a 50 big blind ante. And Nick Gwynn gonna be making his Poker House commentary debut. 5-5-10, 6 to 10 p.m. Saturday. Four ways to this flop. Ace 9-8 board. Jose with the best of it with just a pair of aces, backdoor spades. The Doogie board, gonna get everybody to fold around. Jose just hanging in there. Was up, down a little bit now.
In the office, there's Tylenol.
Mommy, I owe
Yeah,
you
just
that.
ask the floor to get it.
Mommy, I owe you a nice one. Said I owe you a nice one.
What's that?
You know they keep Tylenol in the office.
You, what do you
Got a $20 strategy.
Looks like the straddle's on by Fish. It's been a while since we've seen the straddle. Hoping to pick up some action here. For Jose to raise here. 60? Oh, because he's going to make it 50. Fish here probably just going to call. Give me the relatively decent price. I think 60 or 70% of these pots have gone 5 ways plus. 10, 8, deuce, board, 2 spades. Jose with the nut flush draw. Couple players with a pair of 10s. Now TD does have queen high flush draw, but is covered by Jose. 255 from Jose. He's going to see bet here. Lots of turn cards that help TD out. Fisher open-ended as well. 3 of spades. Bad news for TD. Jose turning the nuts. See what size he's going to go for some value. 600? Yeah, 600. I like that 60% pot. And the thing is, TD can never raise here because he doesn't have the nuts. It's also bad that Jose has a king of spades too. You know, it'd be better if he had a hand like ace jack of spades, and then yeah, good fold there. With him having the ace and the king, TD can literally only be drawn to the third nuts. So if he had like an ace jack of spades, it'd be easier for TD to at least call the turn there with the second nuts. But again, only having the third nuts there after some aggression after the spades hits. Good high level fold there. Now a lot of players think that's easy to fold. Well, so there's some players that are watching that may think, oh, how do you fold the third nuts there? There's some players that are like, that's an easy fold. Now, if you're not really well versed in PLO, non-PLO players will probably try to peel that turn. Hand 73, 30 minutes left in the stream.
That's what my brain try to make you have. I said, this dude got a set.
I had the ace of spades for sure. That ain't low line.
Butt naked, y'all playing, we don't see it. Yeah, butt naked ace off.
Oh, man, you been a good fold.
Yeah, butt naked ace. Bet big. Like that.
No, I want a hand. But he folded a queen high flush. Don't invite him back to the barbecue.
Let's see if Fish is going to 3-bet or if he's just going to call. Just going to check his option here. And he's been aggressive pre-flop. Probably the most aggressive player so far. King 6-4 board, Badoogie. Only one player with a king. Let's see if anybody player has a 6 in their hand. No player with a 6. TD with the best hand. Got a bet pot. And we're getting checked too on the button. I like it there. Somebody would have had a 6. They would have bet before it checked all the way down to the button. Nice little bet there by TD. Again, making his Poker House Poker Live live stream debut here this Wednesday afternoon for their 5-5-10 PLO game. Let's take a look at these chip stack sizes. Gary up a bunch. 6,800. J-Moss 6,400, 6,500. Fish about 5,400. $5K for Burton in the 3 seat. Jose, Rick, TD, and Gigi respectively. Gigi buying it for $1,000. About an hour into this stream, doing well. Tripling up. Been playing relatively tight since he won some of those big hands early on.
We're letting them
You're
act.
gonna be so distraught if you had a 6. You misread your head.
It was good.
It was good. Had King, Jack, 10-9. Clubs.
All right, we're doing an interest in the chat for 2-5. Give me a thumbs up if you want it. Red.
Gigi in the hijack. Finally, as I say, he's kind of tightened up, making it 50 with pocket aces, 3 spades in his hand. No folders. Pre-flop 355 going to the flop. Queen 3-4 board. Looks like ace is still currently with the best hand so far. Two diamonds. I thought I saw somebody to pocket 2s. Yep. Burton are now turning bottom set. No one with 5-6, correct? No player with 5-6. TD here is going to take the aggressive route after turning the nut flush draw. Gary here gonna make the call as well. Queen high flush draw. Burton here's gonna make the call bottom set. GG here gonna call. Just aces, pretty much drawing dead. King of clubs does bring in the front door flush. Or backdoor flush draw, excuse me. TD here with the nuts. Gary gonna bet small on the river. Blocker type bet. And when TD comes back for the raise, he's gonna know he's dead. 4x raise. I like it. Gary's never calling. Well, he does have the second. He does have second nuts though.
I was just fooling. God dang it.
My club is good. You didn't snap. You ain't got the ace. Get on out the way. I know it. Get on out the way.
God dang it.
I think that was a different club, not the king of clubs. It'd be easier for him to get away with it, but the king of coming on the river, you know.
I know he ain't got. You know he can't bluff you now. You know he can't. He would have snapped that off. So I know my club is good. Itty bitty ones though.
Beat the 10.
You say 10 hot clubs? You ain't got 10.
TD here with the trying to talk him into making a call with a table talk.
I can't beat that. They say poker players don't tell lies, right? I ain't telling you a lie. I can't beat that. I want you to come.
Oh, look at this. And grabbing chips to maybe go. Oh, yeah, good fold there. I think if he didn't talk, he may have. I don't know. It's one of those things.
Just wondering what he's thinking about. What hand?
He didn't even have no clubs.
You're bluffing, you're fooling. You said you're fooling, and you got raised. So usually that means you're bluffing.
High level fold there by Gary. I mean, TD could have been doing that with the naked ace of clubs. But obviously, as we know, he rivered it with ace-7 of clubs and nut flush.
Chance you don't have the ace of clubs there. I'm willing to bet $200.
Oh, don't take that bet, TD. You would lose.
I know you didn't have it because you only
TD coming in hot.
But on a flush board, paired board, you call with the worst straight.
Yeah, the worst straight.
He's scared of it.
I need explanation. No, they want an explanation too.
He played with me before.
I
man.
bet 600
You know what I
too.
mean, didn't
You bet 375, I bet 600. And I was quiet as a mouse.
It's on me?
Yep.
My bad, fellas. Oh, that's
See
great.
what I folded right there, sir. You will see
Double suited here for TD in the hijack.
I thought it was 25.
No, he called. That's a single chip call.
Oh, okay.
25.
I got to raise a hand anyway. I'll just try to get somebody else.
75.
Oh, look at Gary. Gonna come back and 3-bet on the button. Queen Jack 10-7. Wrap card single suited. 7 of clubs a little bit outside of the wrap. Gary here flopping top 2. TD here with a gutter to Broadway. GG open ended as well.
245.
Snap call by GG. Yeah, TD, you're gonna have to fold your hand now, buddy. No backdoor equity. Hey, backdoor hearts. Backdoor hearts, backdoor need a queen.
Be out. 245. Let's go.
Good fold.
Sometimes you got to listen to your intuition.
King of hearts. Brings in backdoor hearts. King of diamonds. 2-pair here by Gary. Gets counterfeited with his 2-pair. Still wins the hand nonetheless.
I fold ace king. It's the only thing I had. Ace. So I would have been playing for a good shot. Look, I feel like I'm lucky. This must be my lucky day. Normally I don't chase hands like that.
Playing well. Must be secret pressure.
all the bullshit that's going around here.
It's on TV. One thing about it, it's on the internet. It's on everybody's
TV's a
phone.
loose term nowadays.
Yeah, it's on the internet. That's
You
crazy.
got me on tilt, I swear.
Ooh, you'd have really been on tilt. I was staying that in. I swear to God. Seen that brother going. Gigi, get your ass out the way, Gigi. Let me get it. Gigi, all in my way. Scared. Making me nervous.
You're supposed to be a tight player. That's Queen Jack win there.
Jose,
Man.
you can use your cards.
There's a 40.
Yes, sir. Huh?
Second call. Any fold.
Gigi scared me because he's a tight player. I know he's trying to touch and hold on to that money. He scared the hell out of me.
He's advertising right now. I know. I played with him outside of TV. He plays every day.
Yeah, but we already told you that investors will watch it.
He only starts with 200 though when he does it. Okay? And it's not like he's sitting
A raise from Jose under the gun and a 3-bet on the button by Fish with ace, king, king, queen, single suited to the ace of clubs. Look for Jose to at least peel the flop. Gonna be tough for TD to call here. What a now, if he thinks that all these players have big cards, his call's actually not that horrible. All things considered.
Check in the dark.
Low board probably coming up here. Yep, 3-5, 3 board. TD actually with the best hand. Open-ended. Fisher with 2-pair. Kings and 3s. I think if you're gonna call pre-flop and you have this kind of flop, I think you have to continue here. Now Fish is definitely representing hands like kings, potentially aces, some big Broadway wrap cards. Can make the call. If a Broadway card comes out on the turn, 7 of hearts. Does bring a hand like 4-6. Heart draw.
Check, check.
10 of diamonds. I think TD's gonna have to bet here. He knows his 2 pairs not good. He's gonna have to take a stab at this. Really small bet. Snap fold.
Hey, man, get it through, man. Get it through. Get it through. Get it through.
Nice bluff there on the river. Shows the bluff. Fish with the snap fold with the best hand.
All right, man, you want me to sign that plate? I'm going to sign your head, man. Woo.
Good bluff lead there on the river by TD, knowing the 5 in his hand wasn't good. He knew he could probably, which he did. He could probably potentially blow king off aces or kings there, knowing that's a low run out board.
Last dude sitting here got smacked, too. Oh, he was getting, oh, man. You got to play it like I play it. Yeah. I see he was down.
Joe was shaking it up, though. He was getting it in. What's this?
I'm just going to call it.
TD +1, non-limp pot, just gonna limp. 5-5-10. 3 blind game here. Gary here. Just gonna call on the hijack with the aces, but single suited. The 4 clubs though probably prevented him from raising. J-Ma here gonna raise it. King. Does not know his spades are actually covered by Gary here. Again, you're not gonna get a ton of folds pre-flop. As we've seen, 5 ways to this flop, 360. 2 spades on the flop. Really troubled board here for J-Ma. Does flop top pair. Second nut flush draw. Gary here with a nut flush draw. It's going to be tough for spades to come out. Lots of players with at least a single spade holding in their hand. Quick call by, quick call by Gary there. After J-Ma continues.
Like to the barbecue. That's right. That's what this is called. Barbecue. Okay. Oh, that's what this is called, barbecue? Yes. Man, you know what?
Sometimes you cook.
And JL here flopping top 2 pair queens and 4s.
I ain't going to embarrass nobody.
It'll be tough for a 4 queen to come out. J-Ma with the queen in his hand. 8 of clubs doesn't change too much in the dynamics of this board, although it does give JL 3 pair. What if JL's going to take a stab here? 600? Oh, he's going to try to bet pot.
It's short stack, Gary. That's what it is. He ain't got the 200.
1,065?
200 is what it is. You get naked.
Going to bet pot here. Just $10 off pot. I like the pot sized bet here. Gary going to make the call. Just strong to the spades. A hand like Jack 10 gets there.
Check.
Both players check river. After straight gets there, Jack 10 gets there. JL taking out of this pot, quietly having a really good session. We have about 10 or 15 minutes left or so in the stream.
Just gotta let him go. He just play queen 8, 4, whatever. We all good with that? See that?
Never suited.
suited?
Jail's like double suited.
Was it double suited? I was supposed to say, damn, I missed that. Double suited is not complaining. Definitely one suit, right?
TD needs your cards. Gary needs your cards. Seven call, 8 call. We're good, guys. Got everybody. 9 fold. 1 makes it 50. 2 cards. 3 folds. 4 folds.
Raised by Fish here. Trying to get back into the action before we end the stream.
You're heavy. I'm heavy. I got 5 cards. 4 folds. 2. Yeah.
All right, 5 ways to this flops. 260 in the pot. Ace King 10 board. TD flopping the best of it. Flopping Broadway. It's gonna check around. 10. Does pair the board. Let's see. Still with the best hand.
When you're not facing a bet, you gotta just check. Check. 260. 250 is the bet.
Aggressive bet here. 250 from JL. After check 2 on the flop, check 2 on the turn. Him being in position to everybody. Oh,
Straight.
Don't worry, I'll have both. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry.
oh, it checks. Okay, yeah, just getting action tracker caught up. 10's full of 4s. After it goes runner. 10s for 3 10s on the run out. JL ripping 10s full of 4s.
Say, guys, this is the last regular, and then the next hand is the bomb pot hand. All right?
2 hands left in the
Last regular
stream.
hand, the next hand is the actual last hand where it's the bomb pot hand. So 2 hands left total, guys.
All right, 2 hands left total.
Bomb pot next hand. I'm sorry, regular PLO, my bad.
Let's play one more.
Hold them with 4 cards, as long as I give you 4 cards.
Gonna end this stream with a double board bomb pot.
Yeah, let's switch seats, Gary. You can get it, man. Yeah, man. Who I gave $1,000 to? Well, you only really get
Joey Pigtails, how are things going out there?
Gary, only play pots with me, all right?
Joey, where are you from, for the record?
You nasty old man,
Oh,
Gary.
let's go. I am. God dang it. Not my tilt.
All right, this is the last actual PLO hand. Then we're going to go with a double board PLO bomb pot as we end this special edition Wednesday 5-5-10 PLO. Only time we're going to do this again, got some special guests. They're going to be here all this week. GG with the best hand. Just flops bottom 2 pair. Open ended for
265, GG.
Gary.
Call.
GG gonna pot it here on the flop. Rake here gonna make the call with 2 pair as well. Surprising he's gonna continue here. Doesn't have a ton of equity. Board pairing deuce on the river. Believe it or not, GG does have the best hand here. Let's see if Rick's going to try and take a stab at this. Not sure what he was planning on doing. Oh, Gary does have a wrap.
Two pairs, Jackson 5, and a 9.
See, he was trying to dance for Michael Jackson. Jackson 5.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, double bomb pot. We have done some bomb pot streams before in the past, but those is just like an 8-person or 7-person bomb pot. I think they only got like 40, 50 hands in, give or take. So we're gonna end in hand 80. Not too bad though. All right, this is gonna be a double board bomb pot. Everybody's gonna be putting in 25. 25 bomb pot. It's going to be uncapped, I believe. They had talked about making the cap 1K. Last hand of the stream. Going to be streaming the either going to record or stream the final table of Katie's game. I'm probably not going to do it. I got a long day of streaming the next few days. All right. So GG here. Very tough for me to analyze this. Is that a blind bet? Or just bet? Because he doesn't have...
200 is the bet.
Rick here going to raise two pair, top two on both boards. JL with a flush draw up top. Fish here. Queen 6. Two pair. Maybe heads up to this turn. Eight of spades does complete a hand like Jack 10, King of clubs. So far, Rick with the best hand on both boards. It looks like. Yep. Now fish with 10's double blocking some straight draws. Could use that to his advantage here. All right, now Rivers set of 10s on the bottom board, but a hand like Ace Jack, Jack 9 gets there. It's gonna be a chop pot. All right, it's gonna be a chop pot. Both players are gonna pick up $100. This is why bomb pots are really tough. We've actually had bomb pot tournaments where final tables and blue. There is not going to be a streamed final table for Katie's game. We're going to record it. I'm not sure when we're going to commentate on that. Maybe tomorrow, sometime during the day, Friday during the day. Tomorrow, so again, tonight's game. Turn down the table, Mike. Tonight's game, 12K guarantee. Katie's game, $100 buy-in starts in about an hour. 20K starting stack, 20-minute levels. Last 2 weeks ago, 326 entries, almost a $26,000 price pool, 6K for first 2 weeks ago. Last week, 306 entries, right?
20 people registered in a line right now.
Yeah. So last week, 306, about 25K price pool. First place, about 5,400. Currently, with an hour left before we start the tournament, 20 entries so far. A line of people. It's going to be packed in this room. The floor is going to be right now currently empty. All 15, 16 tables will be utilized for the live stream. For Katie's game. Now, again, with that being said, tomorrow's game, 5-5, no limit hold'em. No limit hold'em with the Queen of Felt, Wolfgang Poker, some other Big name Sam Clark, some local legends as well. Fridays going to be our biggest game, 25-50 with a 50 big blind Annie. Jay Wynn coming up from Austin. Got some local players as well. PLO, Moneymaker, JD, Chris Cashin on that one. Saturday, Queen of Felt coming back again. The Queen of Felt. 5-5-10. Going to have Habib. Going to have Carlos, Randy Sadler. All those players are making their Poker House Livestream debut for a few players. And that's it for us here for this Wednesday 5-5-10 PLO. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, contact Eric Anderson. That's it for us here in the booth. Good night.